Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scentaur Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I do review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. I love to help you find the best fragrances, save some money, have some fun, and of course, smell great. I want to help you smell great. Today we're talking about Hugo Boss Bottled Oud, one of the best really entry-level, easy-to-wear, oud-friendly fragrances on the market. Let's talk about it first with the smell, then the performance, then the compliment factor, and of course the price and my final thoughts. First off, with the smell, you're getting three major notes of this fragrance: apple, cinnamon, and oud. Of course, the oud. So first off, the apple to me smells almost like a juicy apple. Almost has a little bit of an apple juice-like quality to it. The cinnamon here is not an overtly aggressive cinnamon. It does not take control. It does not have the sharpness of cinnamon that some spices can have, and cinnamon certainly can have. To me, the cinnamon here is more dusty. It's more in the background, but it does have that signature Hugo Boss kind of bottled DNA. That's kind of classy with apple and cinnamon. Now, the base here is really nice. It is an oud, but it's an easy to wear oud. It's not overtly strong or overtly dark or dense. If I was to describe this oud, though, I would say that's a little bit on the medicinal side. Some ouds are particularly, barnyardish, like a bathroom. Some of them can be quite animalic, smelling, almost like body odor, and some of them can smell quite medicinal. This one smells a little bit medicinal, meaning it can smell very like a hospital. It can smell a little bit like cough syrup, a little bit like latex. It smells different to everybody, but overall this is a very wearable oud. The oud, in addition to the Boss bottled kind of DNA, kind of perfects it, because before you really just got a cinnamon apple fragrance. It smelled classy and great. It's a top seller. It's a very good fragrance, but it didn't have a lot of depth when it dried down. This one adds a very nice woody base, a little bit of that, a tiny bit of darkness, and a little bit more of a seductive nature to the fragrance. So it's a very wearable oud. It's very approachable. I'll talk to y'all about another reason why it's so good at the very end with the price. But overall, it's a very good fragrance for the money, and the quality of it is pretty good. And I dare say that this is one of the best, if not the best, Hugo Boss fragrance that I've ever smelled. So with the performance, this isn't a shouter of a fragrance. It's more of a 5 to 7 hour fragrance. It's most likely going to give you 6 to 7 hours depending on your skin. On my skin, I got kind of average projection, so people could notice it, but it wasn't too strong. It wasn't off-putting. And it didn't really reach out too far, and its sillage was decent. So when you walk past people, sometimes they can pick it up, but it doesn't leave a massive trail. But this fragrance does have decent performance for what it is, and it's a distinctive smell. Most people, especially in the West, don't encounter oud every day, so it's a little bit more noticeable, and it stands out a little bit more, which helps it with the performance just a little bit. So with the compliment factor, this is still a very approachable oud. It's still very wearable. And as far as a compliment factor goes, this fragrance was kind of in the middle of the road. Woody fragrances, y'all know, usually aren't the most complimented. That's not a characteristic in a fragrance that's overtly complicated. But again, with the apple, this has some sweetness, and it has a playful little bit of spiciness to it. So it is pretty approachable. People liked it on me. People thought it was a little bit on the seductive side, but it wasn't overtly, seductive or, kind of tantalizing in that way. It has kind of a modern, wearable, universal appeal. It kind of smells like if Tom Ford wanted to make a very easy to wear kind of apple oud fragrance. This has, a little bit of that quality to it. So overall, it's a nice fragrance, but it's not a big compliment getter, but it's not bad either. So with the price, that's one of the best things about this fragrance. You can still, even though I do think that this is a limited edition, I have no idea if it's discontinued, but I don't see it in malls. I don't see it in most stores. You can still find a 50 ml for about the $38-40 range, and if you at discounters, and you can get a full-size bottle for about the $60 range. So it's still quite a affordable fragrance as far as a designer goes. It's not heavily discounted, but with the, kind of a special flanker, oud is more expensive. I don't think that this is a bad price for the fragrance at all. As if supplies dries up in the future, I can imagine that this one will go up in price a decent amount. I don't think that this fragrance is overtly popular, even though some reviewers like myself do mention it here and there. I don't think that this fragrance gets a lot of hype. I don't think a lot of people really know about this fragrance, and I want to bring it to you today because, again, this is one of the easiest, most approachable, most mass appealing ouds that you could try. I do feel like this fragrance isn't as rich as I would like it. I kind of like really gourmand fragrances if I want a more dark and more of a seductive fragrance. This fragrance is nice. I would like some added cardamom to the fragrance and maybe some tonka, but that would make it really more mass appealing. And you might be curious with oud, does this have any rose? This fragrance really doesn't have any rose to speak of. It really just has a Hugo Boss DNA with an added kind of nice, interesting woody base. So again, overall, not a bad fragrance. One of the easiest ones to wear on the market, very mass appealing as far as an oud goes to the Western market. So these has been my thoughts on Hugo Boss bottled oud. Let me know, have you tried this fragrance? Have you heard of it? Do you think it's worth the price? Let me know. Do you like oud? Do you want to hear more about ouds? It's Oudvember, and I want to bring more ouds to you. I want to bring you, talk about more ouds, get y'all introduced to them, and maybe get your opinion on them. Again, let me know what you think below. Y'all know how to help me out. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and tell a friend about this video and this channel to really help me grow. And hopefully we can still make it to 2,000 by the end of the year. So thank y'all so much for being here. I do appreciate every single one of y'all. Let me know what's your special oud fragrance. What oud fragrances do you like? And I'll see you next time. Wear what you love. This has been the Centaur Fragrance Channel. Peace out. Have a good one. Enjoy life. And bye.